Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Green Room Podcast. I'm Matthew Brune, and joining me on this Sunday night is Colin Mitchell. Colin, do you want to explain to the people why we're having to do this on Sunday night? Not Saturday night, not Sunday morning, not Sunday afternoon, but Sunday night?
Gonna be completely honest with you. I thought you were just not gonna be ready to do a podcast after last night, and I completely forgot.
Well,
and
Colin,
for those of you who don't know what I'm referencing, obviously LSU beat Bama, and I thought Bruni was just gonna go into cardiac arrest after that. I don't know if y'all know, but their press box is open, like it's open. So Bruni's like taking in everything, just like yeah. Your heart rate was probably like 180, and you were sitting down.
Dude, I kept texting you. I was like, yo, my fucking believe.
We leave it in.
We just keep rolling.
We leave it in.
Oh, it's staying in. That might get edited, but whatever. My chest was like hurting for a bit, and I was like, man, what is going on here? I was like, had to stand up. I was like, this is
we had to get the blood pumping.
This is too much, man.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, and everything it looks like on TV. I mean, obviously in person, it's just like if like you just see that how many people there are there.
That was crazy. To think I was going to go to that game.
Yeah, you were. Now you're not going to any game.
And yeah,
it's crazy.
I was going to go see UAB too, but different type of Alabama.
That's all right, because North Texas has UAB next week. So then UAB goes to LSU. That's a tough stretch for UAB, man. Playing some good teams.
It's just going to be, they're going to lose to North Texas and then just get absolutely obliterated by LSU.
The thing is, I think UAB is 4-5 right now. And we're gonna have a UAB podcast, whatever. But UAB is 4-5. So if they lose to North Texas, they'll be 4-6, and then LSU will come in and just sweep the leg.
Yeah,
and then they're going from bowl contention.
I was going to ask you if LSU can still get a chance at the national or the college football playoff, but we don't need to make this an LSU podcast.
Yeah, we don't need to make this an LSU podcast. But anyways, I get home. I don't even know 1 or so. Thankfully, the clock daylight saving time dropped back. So instead of going to bed at what would have been 4, I went to bed at 3. So really, who's the real winner? And then I got up at 8:30. Colin wasn't. I don't know if Colin was awake, but I had to do an on-3 national show.
I was awake at 8.
Okay, so we could have done the podcast then. Or when did you go?
I went to Sam's. I got myself a 24 pack of Red Bulls. Then I had have you ever had poblano flavored pasta sauce with chicken?
No.
Let me tell you, that's what Norma's mom made, and that's what I ate.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. All right. 3 minutes. That's enough.
We time the intros every time.
That's enough. That's enough of talking about everything except the game, because people come to us for our excellent insight on North Texas football.
If you had to put one word about this game, what would it be?
Expected.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Thank you.
Mine's boring.
Boring?
Boring in the best way possible.
I mean, I loved it.
The second they said it was like touchdown, field goal, touchdown. I was like, yep. And I took a stretch and kind of put the laptop on the coffee table, kind of like laid on my side. Dog came up and was like, yep. Dozed off, woke up. I was like, great. They're still up like 8 touchdowns. They wasn't actually, but halftime came around and I was like, they're fine.
Yeah, I watched the first half, and I watched pieces of the second half, but in the second half, it was obviously nothing happened. The only thing I was scared of was I had FIU under 20.5, and so obviously they had 14 points in the second quarter, and one of those, if we start getting into the game, so it was 24-0 first quarter. North Texas was just, in complete control, 38-0 at one point. You're like, all right, game's over. Wave the flag, throw in the towel, do whatever you got to do. But then FIU scores, and then Austin Ani marches the offense down the field, and then throws a pick 6. And I'm just like, Austin, can we not do this?
Yeah.
Can we not allow FIU just free points here when I have the under 20.5?
Yeah.
But Austin,
especially for you.
Yeah, especially for me. And so Austin Ani is going to do what he does: throw 5 touchdowns, 2 picks,
1 pick 6.
1 pick six. I think that's 6 now on
What's
the year.
record for pick sixes?
6 pick sixes on the year, Colin.
You know what that is? That's 3 sixes.
Oh my god. Okay.
The trifecta.
The trifecta. And for that reason, we cannot let Austin Aune surpass Mason Fine's passing touchdown record.
For those of you who don't know, he said he has 28.
He has 28.
He is 3 away from tying 31 touchdowns that Mason had in 2017. Yep. So, I mean, it's either this. North Texas wins and he beats it, Seth keeps his job, or he doesn't, they lose, Seth loses his job. There's no in between there. You know what I mean? Like, it's either Austin Aune GOAT. I can't believe I just said that.
The thing is, every pick six to me negates a touchdown. Okay. So really, he's at 23 to me.
Okay.
If he ends up with, if he has 9 more touchdowns over the next 3 games, and he ends up with, whatever that is, but it really 32 because I subtracted 6, so 38 on the year. Then I'll give it to him. But I'm subtracting 6. There's an asterisk.
But you realize that the bookkeepers 20 years from now, when some random quarterback, when North Texas is a great program and he gets like 40 touchdowns in a season, it's going to be Austin Aune's name that he beat, not Mason Fine.
Despicable.
But hey, shout out Austin Aune. He didn't listen when he threw that first pick though. I was like, wow. So this is how we're going to start. It was like touchdown pick, and I was like, sick. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I completely trusted. This went exactly how we expected it to go. I had 38-7 as the final score. You had some blowout score. I don't remember what it was, but like North Texas defense.
45-17.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the spread was 21. I couldn't believe that anybody thought this game would be close. FIU was an atrocious, and I mean this in every syllable of the word, atrocious football team.
You mean? Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. What do I mean?
I thought you meant synonym, but then I understood what you meant.
No. Syllable. Every syllable of atrocious. Atrocious. Yeah. Three of them. Yeah. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
And obviously, if any FIU fans are listening to this and be like, well, we beat La Tech, we beat New Mexico State. And yes, I agree. Those teams are even worse.
Yeah, I texted you, Bruni, and I said, after watching FIU, obviously, and I was like, Conference USA has to be really bad for FIU to have won their last 2 games. Like, let's put that into perspective. We just watched the worst football team North Texas has played all year.
Yeah.
And FIU beat Charlotte and beat La Tech.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Yeah. It is.
Conference USA is bad.
The bottom, it's so
bad.
It's like, okay, UTSA, good, very good.
Yeah.
North Texas, I think, has solidified itself as the second best team now with UAB
I agree.
continuing to just fall over itself. And Western Kentucky, even though Western bounced back nicely with the win this week, I think they blew out Charlotte. Like, yeah, Western is there, but North Texas, routed them on the road. So North Texas is right there, good team. Western Kentucky, pretty good team. Then you go to like UAB and you're like, I'm not sure. I think they're a good team.
Yeah.
And then everybody else just sucks.
Yeah, like garbage.
The drop off.
Like trash can.
Like FAU, I want to give you a little bit of credit, but no, I can't. No, sorry, FAU. At Rice, you had some moments. I can't give it to you, right? I think Rice, what was the Rice and Charlotte score? I got it. 56. Rice lost 56-23 to Charlotte. Like the bottom is just cannibalizing itself over and over and over.
That's such a good way of putting it.
It is, and so it's like, and UAB, sorry, y'all are in that group right now. Even though I think y'all are better than that group, I'm pretty sure Rice beat UAB, and I'm pretty sure UAB lost some other games too. So
what's funny about UAB? They're 2-4 in conference, and Rice is 3-2.
Yeah, exactly.
FIU's 2-3, La Tech's 2-3, UTEP's 2-4. Like, we're saying UAB's like a pretty okay team, and UAB is worse. Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
All of them. But credit to UTSA, North Texas, and Western Kentucky for staying above the garbage. I think they are substantially better than them. So this is not a shot at North Texas. They took care of business, obviously. I was overall really happy with the defensive performance. I was overall really happy with Austin Ani's performance outside of the 2 interceptions, which I think is always the case. You're happy with him outside of the interceptions, but that's the Austin Ani experience for you. Stone Earl had a lot of run in there, but he only attempted 1 pass.
Yeah, it was the first play I think that he came in.
Yeah, so but 11 carries for him. Ayo Adai 7 carries, 59 yards. Akaika Ragsdale 11 carries, 30 yards. So you won that prop. We'll get into those in a bit. Quaylen Farrar finally getting some run here. BK Jackson, young player, getting some run. Oscar Attaway did not play. And
Isaiah Johnson didn't play.
Isaiah Johnson did not play. And then I believe people on Twitter were talking about Ayo Adai being hurt as well.
Yeah, he had gotten hurt.
So the running back room, that a 4-headed monster, now is like Akaika Ragsdale and Stone Earl. Stone Earl is the running back.
My man Stone, man.
Stone Earl. But no, yeah. So that's going to be an interesting thing when we get to the UAB preview. We'll look into that. But, I mean, it was easy for the offense. There was no hiccups. Jair Shorter, but again, besides his picks, Jair Shorter had the 57-yard touchdown. Jordan Smart, 45. Jake Roberts had a long catch to start the game, pretty much.
Very first catch.
The very first catch. So, yeah, tip of the cap to all y'all, all of the North Texas. And North Texas is bowling now, Colin, if we want to go a little bit more big picture here.
Can't wait for the Frisco Bowl.
Honestly. Just wait. If North – here's the thing. I want to throw this out there. If North Texas makes the conference championship game, I don't know exactly how bowl tie-ins work right now with the realignment, whatever. But if they make the championship game, I don't know win or lose how it would work. But if they make it, there's a chance they go to the New Orleans Bowl. You remember the New Orleans Bowl?
Then you can go see them.
Then you can come and see them. And we can go together. The Green Room Podcast, taking the show on the road. We set up a little table.
Like Barstool when they travel.
set up a little table, just put a mic there, and just let the players and coaches come through.
Here, let's
the funny thing.
Sorry,
The funniest thing to me is that at this point in our lives, 80% of the team doesn't know us, which is just incredible considering where we were 3 years ago, where 95% of the team knew us and was hating on us and sending texts about us and sub chats. But like, we got Jair Shorter. We got
players that were there when we were still in
Oscar
school.
Attaway is our boy still.
Oscar Attaway.
Austin Ani, I'm sure.
Ani was there. He's been there for years and years and years.
Yeah, so anyways. But regardless, I just think it's funny nowadays. If we pulled up now, nobody would know who we are. But it doesn't matter. Seth would know. And that's all that matters.
No.
But what are you looking up? Bowl tie-ins or bowl predictions?
I was seeing right now CBS has us playing Air Force in New Mexico.
I don't want to play Air Force. Air Force is scary.
Any team that North Texas plays in a bowl game is going to be scary because that's what we're used to.
And the thing is, I say that because I said the New Orleans Bowl because I saw UTSA. They had the predictions out there, and all 4 that were sourced had UTSA going there. And I assume that's because they would win the conference and go, play there. Yeah. And they had them against like Coastal Carolina. They had them against, the best Sun Belt teams. So Troy, Coastal Carolina, App State. And we know from firsthand experience,
App State's crazy.
What playing the top Sun Belt team is. It's not
twice.
Fun. Yeah, twice. Troy and App State, like in bowl games. Yeah. So anyways, that's my long spiel to say that I really, really hope whatever it takes to get North Texas to the New Orleans Bowl, I hope it happens. If they have to win the conference, I hope it happens. If they come in second, I won't be as happy, but hey, I get to see them here in the New Orleans Bowl.
Finish this sentence for me. North Texas is a top blank team if they win out.
In the country?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold on. I know CBS does a CBS 131 every week.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let's see. Where they have them. It hasn't updated yet, I don't think. At least, yeah, it hasn't updated because Tennessee's still number 1. So they had North Texas last week at 75, which was a 20 spot jump from 95 to 75 after the win over Western.
Wow.
Right.
And Western's still ranked above them.
And yeah, well, this was
Yeah.
last week. So, yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I'd say somewhere in the top 75, which is exactly where North Texas should be. Like, I think top 70 which is almost the top half of the country. I think top 70 is where North Texas should be with the resources they put in, with the money that they have, with the facilities they have, the location they have. Top 65 or so. Top 65 is top half of the country, which would be tremendous. So, yeah, I think 70 range is fair for this team with what they've been able to do.
But
I mean,
at the end, what would you say if they win out?
If they win out,
for reference, UTSA is 6-2, or sorry, 6-2, 37th.
Yeah. I'm looking at some teams above them, like Miami. Like if they played Miami's so bad, but they are also just have so much talent. You know, it's like a tough situation there. Memphis, they've already lost to, and Memphis is 4-5, which isn't a good look. Yeah, I mean, if they win out, I'm assuming this is just regular season. If they win out, I'm assuming most people would probably have them as a top 65 team. Like, I'm not going to say they're definitively top 60 because there's just like teams like BYU and Miami,
Tech, Houston,
Marshall, Iowa State, A&M is 61 in this ranking. Like,
yeah,
you know, so yeah, but it doesn't matter if they end the year, again, this is kind of subjective, but I think this is like a poll that they fill out. Like, I have a bunch of writers vote on it, so it's a, you know, pretty knowledgeable poll. If they end the year top 65 in this poll, and, you know, just in general, I feel like that's a really, really good year. And if they win out, obviously that's UAB and Rice left on the schedule, then you're looking at an 8-4 season. And like we've said multiple times, or like I'll speak for myself, an 8-4 season gets Latrell's job back. Everybody's happy. We're going to the American, build off this, and you go from there.
Just want to also say there are a lot of American teams top 50.
Yeah, but some of them are leaving. I mean, Houston's leaving.
SMU's 55.
Houston, BYU, and UCF are the three that are leaving. So
yeah. Tulane is in there, right?
Tulane
17th.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's leaving, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're 31.
And I said BYU. BYU is not in the American, but you know what I meant.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're saying. For example, I was just looking at it. Where to go? I mean, Memphis is still above them. You mentioned Tulane. I'm sure Tulsa's not too far down wherever they are because they're not a bad team. They have Tulsa at 96, which is low. But regardless, it's an interesting situation. 8-4 again. You can't ask for anything more. We predicted 7-5 coming into the year. If you go 8-4, it's a great year. So the UAB game, though, I'm going to tell you this right now. It's on the road. It's not going to be an easy game.
North Texas is not favored right now.
Do you remember the last time this was, which I don't know which Mason Fine season was this, when they played at UAB and lost when he fumbled it?
Yeah, that was 2017. 2018?
I think it was 18. I'm pretty sure it was 18 because it was when they started to not decline, but then when they started to slip up a little bit, you know. They lost to La Tech, then they lost to UAB, I believe. I believe it was 2018. So, you know,
2018.
Things can happen. It's going to be a fighting UAB team. I think North Texas. You said they're UAB's favored right now? Do you know?
Yeah, they're 6-point favorites.
6?
Yeah. Which is insane to me. That seems like you hammer that. Like, I mean, they lost to UTSA, FAU, Western.
Oh, God.
They lost to Rice.
Oh God!
But they almost beat Liberty.
It's not a bad team. Like, the record, they're super inconsistent, which makes them tough to pick. But like, I don't know. That's tough. North Texas should not have did not expend much energy against FIU. I think they should be in a decent position to win this game. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hesitant. A loss would not be good.
No.
However, I don't think a loss changes anything. I think they're still in the conference championship game if they beat Rice. Western is lost more than just like they had the tiebreak over Western.
Yeah.
And so
Florida,
I don't think it would matter.
Atlanta can't catch up. So
yeah. So in theory, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'll tell you what, if they lose to UAB, you know what becomes way more important?
Rice.
But also winning the bowl game.
Oh, yeah, for his job? Yeah. Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. Which I think Latrell's status is included in that. If you lose to UAB, beat Rice, and then lose the bowl game, we're looking at this year at 7-6. Way different.
Yeah, with wins over not. I mean, you have at that point you'd have
the Western win is the one you hold on to.
Yeah, well, the Western UTSA's loss, I guess. I don't know how the athletic department will look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Western's your only good win, right? We wouldn't count La Tech. FAU's middling of the pack. UTEP's bad. Texas Southern.
Yeah.
Like, where are your good wins?
Yeah. And it's the Western one. The
Western one for sure right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying is, while they don't need to beat UAB, I think they need to approach the game as if they need to beat UAB, because like a 7-5 season feels we predicted 7-5, right? And that's why if they go 7-5, it doesn't feel the same as if they go 8-4. It feels like they exceed expectations if they go 8-4, which is what we've been asking from Latrell. We've asked him to exceed expectations, and 8-4 would be doing that.
7-5 against the bottom teams of this conference. I mean, like, we know Conference USA has never been a good football
it's
conference.
Been better than this.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I mean, you talk about UTEP, FIU obviously is just garbage. Charlotte's been awful. There's a lot of teams in this conference that aren't competitive. And I feel like that's unacceptable to only have the good wins outside of Western, the wins outside of Western against those teams. So
yeah. We're getting kind of ahead of ourselves with the UAB talk, but but I don't care. we're talking about it. Would a loss to UAB cancel out the Western win?
Depends on how you lose.
That's what I'm saying. It's interesting.
We're
having this conversation though.
No, I mean it's always been during Seth's tenure it's how you lose, and that's why I had such a big problem with the UTSA game, because you had it and you lost it, and that's been the issue. You can't overcome in critical moments. And I mean, like you said, UAB a couple of years ago, that was the same type of thing. They lost 29-21 with Mason. They needed to win that game. ODU that same year, 2 games later, was away, and they lost that game. So, they aren't under the gun right now. They're feeling good, but like you said, it's if they do lose, it's how you lose, and then also, it's not a gimme game. It's still away. That's been a problem for this team in the past. Yeah. I mean, if they go out here and they make it close, it depends on. I mean, like I said, it just depends. Like, is UAB really hot and that's how they lost, or are they shooting themselves in the foot with Bostonani throwing pick sixes? That's it. It really depends on how a loss would come. Yeah. And then that just makes the Rice game that much more important. And then if you lose to Rice or make it a game with Rice after, like if Rice is competitive with you after you somehow lose against UAB, that would be pretty devastating to the whole let me keep my job type of thing.
Yeah. The perception of the program for the perception of this program, they need to win these last 2 games.
Yeah.
And if they win the last 2 games and play UTSA in the conference championship and keep it close, win or lose, I think I can live with it either way. However, I will be obviously, putting a lot of pressure on them to win that game. But, if you go 8-4, play a conference championship game, keep it close, don't get blown out like you did to FAU. That's a different discussion if they got blown out. But if they keep it close and it's a game, that's okay, whatever. Then you go to the bowl game and it's like feels like you have to win one of those 2, right? You have to win the conference championship or bowl game, because if not, we're back at 2017 or 5 years ago.
And the thing with that scenario, if you do win out, you're 8-4. It's you finally have a quote unquote another overachieving season. UTSA is going to be coming for blood next time because of their just because of how they've been perceived after North Texas. And then not only that, the bowl game, you have that much more pressure, because if you go 8-4 and you go to a conference championship game, they're not going to pair you with a team that's garbage. It's going to be like a couple of years ago. It was Utah State, Appalachian State. You're going to get a team that was at the top of their conference. Yep. Miami, Ohio was last year's. Was that what it was?
Yeah, that was probably the worst opponent, or it was definitely their worst of the group.
Of any they lost that game. What was that loss? It
was by 10.
Yeah, it was 14-27. They got shut out in the second half.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't have that.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting.
That's a good way to put it, though. Perception at this point is what's gonna keep Seth his job.
Yes. So we'll see. We'll see how they do against UAB. We'll do a podcast on that as well because
that's an actually important game.
Yeah, it's an important game, and people want to know what we think about.
Would you say it's the most important game this season up to this point again?
Yes, 100%.
Man, we're really good at being ESPN talking heads. That's crazy.
Bro. Honestly, North Texas should hire us as marketing team to run a podcast, just saying every game fans need to show up for this game. You got to be there. Tune in to Stadium. And watch North Texas versus UAB. I promise you all.
When I first opened up ESPN Plus, they had the radio broadcast playing, but it was like you had it playing through like a speaker on your desk and then had a microphone up to it, and it was the worst sounding thing I've ever heard in my life. I was like, "What is happening?" All right, what was our bets?
Oh yeah, the bets, Colin. We don't put money on these.
What were we doing if one of us lost? I forgot.
I don't know. Do you want to find like some hot sauce or something and do a podcast while one of us is?
That'd be a good idea. Good thing I'm like way better eating spicy food than you are.
Is doing the hot wings challenge or something like that while we do a podcast.
Get the chip.
Okay, the chip. Yeah, the chip. Okay,
we definitely get the chip.
Loser has to do the chip
and eats it at the beginning of the podcast. Yes. Are we doing regular season or are we doing bowl as well?
Everything. Okay, well, let's say conference championship. What if they make conference championship? Knock on wood. Let's do it for like our bowl preview.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, so we're right. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Bowl preview.
That's great. That's
bowl
great.
Preview. All right. All right. Austin Ani. Oh no, sorry, wrong one. This was FIU. Okay. North Texas over under 43.5. You said over. I said under. You were correct.
Man, I'm just really good at these.
FIU over under 14.5. I said under. You said over. I was correct.
Yeah, I really needed that 17.
Yeah. Non-Ani passing yards 74.5. I really thought Stone Earl would complete some passes. He didn't.
He's such an enigma.
Colin said over. I said I was correct.
I thought they might have like put Grant Gunnell in the game as well.
And then rusher, Colin said a day. It was a day. So we split the game score 47-17 or 38-7.
Definitely me. I was closer at 14 and I was closer with 40.
So 45. You had it as a 30-point win. I had it as a 31-point win. They won by like what, 40? Is
that true? You had 31 points. What did you say yours was?
38-7. Okay. I think you were right.
You gave it up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I was half joking. I didn't think I was actually right. All right. So you won. It was
31-0.
You won the week 3. 3-2. So that put in at 24 and Brune at 22. All right. Tight. Down the stretch. Wow. Kind of. Now that we put something on it.
That chip's going to be crazy when you eat it. It's going to be great.
Now that we put something on it, I've only even done like a challenge like that once in my life. And I think it was when I was like 9 or so. And I was playing 2K. I believe it was 2K. A friend in San Antonio, kids. And they had backyard, they had these peppers. And whenever we lost, obviously you do it. And we were I just remember just dying.
I have to amend the chip thing. No milk allowed till the end of the podcast.
Golly, but part of the humor of watching people do it is like them like trying to make
you can get water, you cannot get milk.
But does milk even help that much?
Milk helps a lot. Water does not. It just kind of cools your mouth while it's in there, and then you swallow, and it's right back to you hating yourself.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You're trying to kill me.
I love how you already conceded. You're like, dang, I'm gonna lose.
All right, how about this? How about a limited amount of milk?
All right, you get like
a limited
8
amount
ounces of milk.
Okay, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Bree's gonna be smuggling milk. Oh, my webcam died. Sip.
I watched Shaq eat that. That's the old Shaq meme where he's like, I'm not gonna make a face. I'm not gonna fake a face. And and then he starts drinking. It's hot. But anyways, all right, 30 minutes.
So, wait, so how far down are you? Sorry,
I'm down 2.
I'm down 2. So you have 3 games to come back.
I know. I'm not gonna give you any more easy ones either. If I don't think it's happening, I'm not picking it.
I mean, I don't know why you've done that in the past. I'm trying to win. That's a bad excuse. You cannot use that as an excuse for me winning.
Look. All right, whatever. We got it. That's all we have for y'all today. We hope you enjoyed the podcast. Any last words, Colin, before we go? That's what I was gonna say. North Texas basketball. Real quick, Colin, let's get our score predictions out there. Not for the
what do they play again?
Not for the scoreboard. They play South Nazarene, which I gave you a story about off the air previously. So that's all we know about them is the story that I told you off air. South Nazarene, Colin, they play tomorrow at 7 p.m. Let's guess the score. What do you think?
What am I supposed to say?
I got one.
Okay. This is gonna be crazy. Wait, are we gonna do prop bets on?
No, not yet.
We should do it for only conference games.
Yeah, no, calm down. All right, real quick, just let's get out of here. North Texas wins this game 89-47.
They beat Oral Roberts. Oh, you know what's crazy?
What?
The only games they have on ESPN, like from their Southern Nazarene last 5, 12-8-2017 and 11-29-16.
Wow.
Did not realize that. Okay. You said 89 what? 40 something?
89-47. I might be that's a lot of points.
That's not enough points in my opinion.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to go 105.
Bro, if North Texas
42.
scores 100, if North Texas scores 100 points,
105-42.
If North
Grant said they want to run, they're going to run, but
if North Texas scores 100 points, I don't know what I'll do.
Have they scored 100 under Grant?
I don't know, bro. 100 points. Oh man, that's gonna be something. I mean, I would be shocked, I guess, but I would be surprised. 100 points. They did say they're gonna run more, so that's, we'll see how that goes.
85 was their high last season.
I must admit, I'm not gonna watch that game. I have LSU.
I am not gonna watch that game,
and I have a lot of Dave Campbell stuff. But our full support goes out to the men's basketball team. That's why I wore this shirt. The champs. You know what they do. So shout out Graham Castle. Shout out Coach B. Shout out Ross Hodge. Shout out the
Who's better, Texas Wesleyan or Southern Nazarene?
I'm assuming Texas Wesleyan.
Well, they put up 102 against Texas Wesleyan.
Yeah. Oh wait, Southern Nazarene put up 102?
No, North Texas did.
Oh.
So
that's good reasoning. Okay, I'm not mad at it. All right, Colin, let's get out of here. Because you've already had me up late enough, and we got to get this damn podcast out.
You got an extra hour to sleep. Chill out.
Doesn't matter. Okay. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Follow us on all the socials.
Can't wait to make a clickbait thumbnail that says Osnani GOAT. It's gonna be great.
That's good stuff right there, Colin. That's why you get paid the big bucks. That's really impressive.
Exposure.
That's really good. But anyways, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. Send it to a friend. Leave a like, comment. What do you think about everything that we talked about? Find a point that you disagree with, and let Colin know in the replies.
Yeah. Tweet about it, but make sure you pay $8. Otherwise, we won't see it.
That's true. Colin did tell me off air he's going to pay $8 to be verified.
Oh, chill out.
So,
if anything, wait. Real question: are you gonna pay $8?
No. Anthony asked me that question too.
I don't know. I feel like you have to with your job.
We'll see. I don't want to.
You'll get suppressed otherwise.
I'm not even. Yeah, I saw that.
Channel banned.
Crazy. Crazy. But all right. We appreciate y'all for joining us, and we will talk to y'all next time about UAB. So yeah, check that out.